me, Robin, and Brian at the game. I'm just like, where is everybody?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that.
I live like 2 miles from the stadium. Like I can't not go.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I think maybe today will be the day.
We can have for some before. Go back in. I wasted my youth when my bones would heal more quickly. I thought I was old and break bone.
I don't want to count how many bones I broke. I think I walked you through all of them at one point.
Yeah, you did.
It's a lot.
Yeah, no, it didn't sound fun.
Yeah. All of the bones in my left foot, bruised right hip from getting hit by a car when I was on a run. Arm in 3 places in kindergarten or preschool. Just got stuck in a jungle gym. Thumb playing ping pong. Don't ask.
Now I want to ask.
What?
Now I want to ask.
I was going in for a kill shot and like went like this
Oh no.
and smacked the table on Christmas. Sucky.
Yeah. My worst Christmas was having chicken pox when I was 5.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, that was my worst Christmas because I was in a ton of pain. But all the adults were drunk, so nobody could take me to the doctor. And then and then this past year was a worst Christmas in terms of being so hungover. I didn't want to function. I did it to myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least that's a choice.
Yeah, we on Christmas Eve we went out to the bar after drinking all day, and proceeded to get tanked. I think I had like 6 Malibu and Sprites at the bar, on top of having like almost an entire bottle of wine at the house.
Well, at least you diversified a little bit.
That was the problem. No, I just hadn't seen my cousins in like a decade. Like all of us together. So, and you know, a decade ago we were 18. So, but yeah, they're all there with their long-term significant others, and I'm just cradling my bottle of wine. That stands to reason for any family gathering matters. In a house full of 30 people, I was the only one that hadn't married for 20 years before she got divorced. And then my aunt is single. You know, she's a widow. So.
And do what you got to do in that situation.
Yeah, well. I've tried. Dating pool here is hot garbage. So. Not that New Orleans was much better. Raging conservatives who hate women in Nebraska emotionally stunted people from Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. Super fun throughout that.
Yeah, more time. Couple more minutes. We're the last segment of practice. We'll try to get as fast as we can. Get out and get the hopefully stay in college.
Yeah, good luck.
Joy.
Always
Your notes are back here. If anyone needs them, hard copies.
Always an adventure.
Them, thank you.
Yep.
Northwestern Tuesday. Yeah.
Right now, it's not scheduled.
What's happening Tuesday?
Nothing, but Northwestern had to postpone their last 2 games because COVID plus injuries.
Oh.
They've got like 6 players right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you need 7.
Yeah. I had not looked at injuries to see how banged up, like, is it long term or is
See, I
an ankle that somebody will be back from soon? So I don't
thought
know.
it was just COVID, but then I looked into it, like, okay, injuries too.
Yeah,
Yikes.
well, yeah.
It's like
The
you
injuries
know-
is how the COVID knocks them down.
Yeah. Yikes.
Good times.
At some point, postponements turn into cancellations. When are you gonna make them up?
Oh, we'll find ways to make it up, maybe. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the real world here in the Big Ten. We'll find ways
Oh,
to
yeah.
make them up.
It'll happen.
We'll look back at our 2020-21 schedule.
That
for the
doesn't-
back half of the year.
That year doesn't count.
Oh, don't tell them that. They had to play every other day for like 2 straight weeks.
They won't do that
Amy,
again.
we
to
played
people.
because hopefully no one loses up on our games. Hopefully it's only Northwestern.
Yeah.
We played 14 games in 30 days,
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No.
including a back-to-backer at
Can
Maryland.
you just say no?
You could, but there's TV money involved. There's gates. There's
No. No.
honestly, we missed a week last year. We found a way to make them all up, which actually
That's
started with the Penn State trip last year.
fucked. That's so fucked.
Yeah, they went on a break for a
So-
month and then came back and played all the rest of their games in a month.
But we missed one.
About players.
And now, like, my easy pace is like 11:40. I don't think I could get under a minute in my life.
Well, me either, Amy. If it makes you feel any better.
No?
Okay, let's open up the questions on Penn State.
Sorry. I didn't know if we were like delaying or something.
Alright,
Alright, sounds
we
good.
got a bus to catch. We're not done.
looking back at the second half of that Ohio State game, we had the run in the second half that when Derek was on the bench, that 17 to whatever it was run, when basically all the buckets were guys that hadn't been big time scorers for you. How impactful and important can that be moving forward for those guys to see that success? Yeah,
it's huge, and Derek is, how important he is to our team, but he's had situations where he's gotten himself in foul trouble, and, we're going to have lineups out there that can go help us get through that time when Derek's on the bench, and, I think we scored 4 straight when Derek went out, and we tried different lineups. We went small, and obviously Key was having his way on some different high-low actions, so then we went big with Oleg, and that's hard. It's hard to do when you sit for 30-plus minutes and then have to go out and be asked to make a big impact. And you saw Oleg with no fear. He went in that first possession, drove it right to the basket on a nice seam, had a really good dive into the gap, and then had a really good, strong finish. So it's just, it's what it's all about for those guys, is being ready when your name's called. And, Denham played a different role than he's had and was very impactful in that win. Jamarcus gave us great minutes, and CJ and Casey in new roles, I thought, gave us great minutes as well. So just it's what it's all about, and I thought that was about, you talk a lot about a total team win, and I think that game against Ohio State was exactly what it was. Everybody that stepped on the floor scored, everybody contributed in their own way, and we had to have it, obviously, in a one-possession game.
The other day, Denham said that Juwan has really been helping him as like another coach on the bench. How have you kind of seen that manifest?
Yeah, that's one thing that I've really been pleased with this year. It's not only what Juwan is doing for a guy like Denham, but it's what Sam and Emmanuel and CJ are doing for Jamarcus, and those veteran guys that have been through it can help when a guy may be getting lit up a little bit, maybe getting chewed out a little bit, is to keep their head, keep getting better, keep learning. There's nothing personal. There's a lot of constructive criticism that we give, and it's all about growing through those times. And our leadership this year I've been really pleased with. And you see, I think, how this team has really battled through adversity, and they've stayed resilient when things have gotten tough. I think that scoring drought we had the other day in the first half, where we couldn't get the ball in the basket, was a perfect example of that. We continued to guard, we continued to do things to keep us in that game, and then we went on that run in the second half and had one of our better offensive 20-minute performances that we've had in a long time. So, we learned a lot about, I think, why we had success in that second half. Our ball movement was terrific. Guys went out there, they screened, and they made the right plays and the right reads, and we hit a few shots. And, that obviously helps confidence and gets guys playing with a little bit of a swagger. But, yeah, Juwan has been great, and he will continue to do that. He's most likely going to have surgery next Wednesday. I think we've got a date now where he can get that shoulder fixed and on the path to getting 100% healthy again. So, again, Juwan, he's going to be asked to do things for this team, even though his impact on the floor won't be there. But, he can still lead. He can still talk about things from his experience and help our young guys out.
From an individual standpoint, Jalen Pickett, with everything that he does, how difficult of a matchup is it?
Yeah, Pickett he's one of the top players, not only in our league, but in the country, and he's so versatile. He's the guy that they're posting, and, they're just looking for matchups. If they don't think you can guard him, they're just going to say, we're going to pick on you, and we're going to take you down to the post, or we're going to get you on the perimeter and drive it past and see what you do as far as help and making adjustments. So, just his back downs in transition, they run a lot of the old pistol action where they get him coming off and get him in the post on a back down with shooting. Their top 5 scorers are all shooting over 39% from 3, and I think they're 42% as a team in league play, which is unbelievable. So, it all starts with Pickett. If he can get a matchup that they like, and you have to come and help and dig, he's finding those shooters, averaging almost 8 assists per game, 8 rebounds, and a very good scorer of the basketball. So just really impressed with him, and I think Micah does a great job getting him in positions where he can use his strengths.
I think they're 9-1 at home. You're going to be relying on a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
Just kind of carry this thing on the road. What's the challenge there? I mean, just one, winning a Big Ten road game with young guys, but 2, that place in particular. What makes Bryce Jordan so difficult?
Yeah, it's their talent. I mean, they really have a team that is incredibly difficult to prepare for because of all the different weapons that they have on the floor. Everybody that's out there can make shots. They play different lineups. They play small. They play big, and they just put you in a bind based on matchups out there on the floor. They run a lot of the same open stuff that we run with the floor spread. They've got guys that really shoot the ball at a high level. It doesn't matter where you play them. I mean, they're a great team, and it's a long flight for us. It's an early game. We have to get ourselves going. It's important to get off to good starts when you play those matinee games, and I think you saw that in the Minnesota game, and there was a lot of runs. You got to find a way to play through that, especially on the road. The fact that we did get one on the road in overtime hopefully gives us a little bit of confidence to know that we can do it. But these guys, I mean, that Indiana game, it was scary to watch. They made 18 threes in that game, and, had a lot of other open looks that certainly could have made 22 or 23 of them. But, they got guys that really shoot the ball at a high level, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. All right, guys. Thank you. See you guys, and happy Valentine's.